Time for some real conversation here. Over the last 6 weeks, you guys have been on this adventure with me to build up this Giordano. And this bike has turned out to be an amazing bike. I can't believe that I got this for $654. And with a little bit of upgrades, I've made this bike into what I think could possibly be the best bike for the value. So the question is this bike for you? Or should you go to a bike store and pick up a name brand bike? Let's go ahead and let's get into it. So this is the Giordano Intrepid that you guys have watched me upgrade over the last several weeks. Let's go over all the upgrades that I've done so far and figure out which ones you should do first and if this is the right bike for you. The first upgrade that you should do on this bike, not just only the Giordano, but any bike you purchase, is pedals. Get the pedals that work for you. I chose the dual-sided pedals on this particular bike because I wanted to be able to hop on this bike without having to put on special shoes. But whenever I go out to shred some trails, I wanted to still be able to clip in. So for the first major upgrade you're gonna do besides your pedals, I'm gonna recommend two different options. Go with a clutch rear derailleur if you don't wanna spend a lot of money. 50 bucks will get you this awesome Derailleur clutch derailleur, which works perfectly with the micro shift shifter that comes on the bike. This will make your bike so much more quiet and more enjoyable. The next one is going to be quite a bit more expensive, but that's the air fork. This X Fusion 130mm travel fork is amazing. Granted, you will spend about $300 on it, but it's well worth it and will give you that supple ride even through the roughest sections on your trail. No matter which one of these upgrades you go with, definitely put a chainstay protector on. Either put some tape on the chainstay or buy a specific chainstay protector, or do what I did and make one out of vinyl with a cricket. The next thing that I would recommend is a dropper post. This really changed the way this bike rides. I feel more comfortable going over jumps and down some really technical trails whenever I can drop that seat post down and then raise it back up whenever I need to pedal. Now you don't have to go as extreme as what I did by drilling a hole in the frame. That was kind of risky, plus it voided my warranty. You can get external dropper post options that will install really fast and quickly. Just remember, with the Giordano, you need to purchase a 27.2 dropper post, and don't forget, you'll have to buy a shim that will go from 27.2 millimeters to 30.4 millimeters in order to make this work. Now, the last upgrade that I did was remove the square taper bottom bracket and crankset. I upgraded this with an external bearing bottom bracket and an IXF crankset. This upgrade is definitely not necessary. You could run that square taper bottom bracket and probably not notice much of a difference, but I did drop a half a pound by doing this. And then I put on that oval chain ring, which as of right now, I can't tell much of a difference between a round and an oval, but maybe over time, I'll start to be able to tell the difference. All right, drop-in crew, what do you think? Did you pick up a Giordano, or are you planning on doing it now that you've seen all the upgrades and what this bike is actually capable of? And also, I do want to throw out a special thanks to our latest Drop-In Crew Pro team member, John. Thank you so much for joining the member section and becoming a Drop-In Crew Pro. Now, there are other upgrades that I could have done on this bike, but at this point, I'm over $1,200, and I think there is an actual limit on budget bikes where you can kind of go overboard on it and spend way more money than what you probably should. Other things that you could upgrade that would give you a huge performance advantage are wheels. You could go with a lightweight set of aluminum or go crazy and get some carbon. Now, a couple things that you could do that would drop some weight potentially would be a new cassette on the back and also stem and bars along with grips. The last thing that you really could upgrade and save some weight are the tires. These CST tires are pretty heavy for what they are, but with lighter tires, you risk more punctures. Now the question is, are you new to biking and is this the right choice for you? Should you go with this big box brand bike, or should you go with a bike shop bike or maybe a name brand direct to consumer? Well, this is totally up to you and how you feel comfortable with upgrading your bike. If you go with the Giordano, you could be happy with it with the parts that come on it. Or you could upgrade it like I did and get a really awesome bike. But the downfall is that you do lose your warranty when you start doing things like drilling holes in your frame. Plus, you don't have a bike shop that you can go back into and get support. If you're like me and you want to do your own work on your bike and you're not really concerned about having that bike shop support, go check out Bikes Online. They sell Polygon bikes and they have some really good deals right now. One awesome bike is definitely the Xtrada 7 or the Sync line. These bikes are really good quality bikes at a low cost, and you're getting name brand with a really good warranty. I'll put some links below, and you guys should check out all these different bikes, from the Xtrada to the Giordano to even some of the big name brands like the Trek Rosco. Almost all bikes that are in this category, the Trek Rosco, the Xtrada, the Sync line, and the Giordano, come with really similar geometry. So I think no matter which one you go with, you're definitely gonna be happy with the bike. It's just a matter of what parts you want on it from the get-go and which ones you actually wanna upgrade. So this Giordano, I absolutely love it and I highly recommend it. If you're new to mountain biking, at $654, you really can't go wrong with this bike. This series has been so much fun and I can't wait to start my next upgrade series, and that's getting ready to start pretty soon. But for now, I wanna go out to my backyard trail and I wanna create a brand new line in the drop-in, and I hope you guys join along. So with all that said, hit subscribe and that bell, and we'll see you next week.